Alright, y'all, that's a wrap. This has been the Append mixtape, Enter Volume 2, the second one, more to come. I just want to take some time to thank the people that helped make this mixtape possible, that helped make Tributary possible, that make my life a better life to live. I wish I could say I did any of this by myself, that I'm self-made, but it's just not true. I do it by standing on the shoulders of giants, and I'd like to recognize those giants right now. The first of which is Mr. EJ Fox. EJ has been designing Tributary with me since day one. We've been, going back and forth, design decisions. He codes, he designs, he does it all. Hit him up if you need help with data viz. He's an infographic wizard and all-around D3 hacker. So, yeah, thank you, EJ. You're my brother. Can't wait for you to get back to Oakland, though. Alright. Next, I'd like to shout out to Boss of the Now, Nils. My man, Nils is the dude that's done both cover graphics for the mixtape. He's a graffiti artist and SVG wizard. He can do anything with the vector graphic. So, thank you, Nils, for blessing the covers and for helping with Tributary, being one of the most active users and just, putting a smile on my face every time we code together. Next, I'd like to shout out Sarah Nam. She is one of the best designers I've ever met. A wicked D3 coder already. She's not been doing it that long, and she's killing it. Every time I get stumped by a design problem, I turn to Sarah, and it's not a problem anymore. So thank you, Sarah. Big ups. Alright, I'd like to thank my homie Gio Miller from Florida State. He's a professor now, but we were students together. He's been an avid user of Tributary for a little while now, helping me, hack on Tributary and hack with Tributary. Love coding with you, dude. So, shout out. Alright. I'd like to give a shout out to my whole main stem crew. A bunch of us do data viz design, data viz coding. We are like-minded and we want to stick together, so we formed a collective where we work together sometimes, share ideas a lot, and only do what we think is the best, what we really want to do. So we do need some data viz help. One of the members should be able to help you or point you in the right direction. So hit up Mainstem, follow us on Twitter. That's my crew. I'd also like to thank my employers at Lever, where I've got a really interesting, really exciting real-world problem to apply all my data viz theory and skills to. The guys at Lever, it's a small startup, they just founded it, and they also started their own open source framework called Derby.js. It's a real-time web framework, pretty sick. Check it out. They support Tributary literally by supporting me. They're big open source guys, so I love working with you dudes, and I'm excited for the team to grow, for the product to grow, and y'all will be hearing about what we're doing shortly if you haven't already. Alright, next up, Kai. One of the smartest D3 hackers I know, helped me with Tributary from the start. He's the writer of the parallel coordinates D3 component, which I covered in this series. Dude is just on point, and I'm just glad to be hacking with Kai when I can. So check out his stuff, follow him on Twitter, and yeah, you won't be disappointed. Promise that. Next, Paul, one of the most talented designers, always just enlightening me to design, thinking, showing me what's possible. Another Tributary user, he's picking up D3 with Tributary. Big inspiration to me to see someone who, when I met him was like, I don't know how to code, but I want to learn, and now he's coding and he's learning, and it's going awesome. So shout out Paul and Kai. also in the main stem, so follow them, get some help. Another founding member of main stem, Michael Porad, gotta follow him. He is a data viz professor at UC Berkeley, and taught me most of the stuff I know about data visualization principles and theory, and was my manager at my last job, and taught me a lot about applying data viz in practice. So thank you, Michael, for everything you've taught me, and it's a pleasure to work with you every time I can. So, alright, next up, my good friend from back in Florida, Eric, Mr. Hazard here. New to data viz since he moved out to California to work with me, and I love working with them. Super smart hacker, can code front end, back end, both ends, whatever you want. And does game coding on the side, data viz to for his bread and butter. So follow Eric, you won't be disappointed either. That's my man. Peace out, dude. Alright, next up, another friend from Florida State in the scientific computing department, Ariel. Ariel started the Boston D3 user group. He hit me up, he'd been following what I was doing in the San Francisco D3 meetup, and wanted to do the same in Boston. That group is growing, they're putting on talks, having workshops. It's sweet. Keep up the good work, Ariel. Ariel also been following Tributary and helping me out with that. So big ups, dude. Woo. So many people to thank, it's could not do it by myself. Now, the next dude I want to thank is Jason Davies. Excuse me. Really though, I get kind of annoyed at Jason because every time I think I'm on the edge, that I've gotten to where no one's done it before, I read a commit message by Jason on one of his Git repos, one of his forks of D3 or CrossFilter or something, and it's just like, damn, dude, you already went there and went further. So props to Jason. Keep inspiring me, man. I mean, inspire everyone, but you inspire me all the time, so thank you, dude. Alright, of course, where would we be without Mr. Bostock himself? Just constantly contributing D3, making all of this possible. D3 is growing at a ridiculous rate. Top 20 GitHub repos, watch repos. It's awesome. Super nice dude too. So doing amazing work at the New York Times now. So we're all thankful, I'm sure. And yeah. So thanks, Mike. And finally, I'd like to thank Gabriel Floret, who did the first implementation of what I forked Tributary from. Back then it was called Water, now it's livecoding.io. It's another great live coding app, and gotta check it out because he's constantly improving it. It's different in the goal, I think, from Tributary in some ways. Like the way I'm experimenting and taking things is not the same way that he is, but the way he's doing it is super solid, and I look to his code to see the right way to do things more often than not. So, not even more often than not, I mean, when I need to know the right way to do it, I go to look at his code. So, props, Gabriel. Keep up the good work, dude. I really appreciate it. And lastly, I gotta thank none other than you. I got nothing but positive feedback on the last mixtape on Hacker News, which is just like, what? Not one negative comment. So my mind's blown. I got a lot of love on Twitter. So I appreciate everyone that said they watched this and enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something, and you let me know if you don't and you need something else. So this is fun. I love sharing what I'm learning. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. Alright. Latest.